All right, man, going over this program really fast. Um, Monday, high intent day throwing. Tuesday is like a recovery, light extension. Wednesday, elevator recovery. Thursday, recovery with a little bit of a flat ground. Friday, another high intent day. Saturday, recovery with some mound work. And then Sunday's just active recovery, basically off from throwing and lifting, but still on mobility and stuff like that. Okay, your pre routine every single day, full dynamic, full band routine, foam roll that I showed you, and then that lacrosse ball rollout or a massager. I mean, to get the back of your shoulder, you definitely got to use a lacrosse ball or a baseball or whatever. But if you want to get like a massage roller and do your whole arm too, like I do, you can do that. And then I have target written, just because from day to day you might be more sore in one area or something you need to pay a little more attention to. Go ahead and take the time to do that. And then from there you get right into your throwing program. And then after your throwing program, I want you to do bands again, full routine, but like the difference in the activation in the beginning and more the burnout at the post. When you go through it at the end, more of a burnout. And then arm care. Some days you won't have arm care and just bands. And then from there, I would like you, if it works out, that you go straight from your throwing to go lift or condition or whatever. And then after that, you just do your full body mobility. Okay. So on Monday, you're doing those reverse throws, all with the 1 pound ball. Follow the percentages 60, 70, 80. Don't burn it out yet. Mound Towel Work. That is the time to be working on the stuff where, we're in your video, we're looking at that line. We're looking at you pushing your hips out. We're looking at you distracting your arm backwards. But by you pushing your hips out, I don't want you to start to leak in with your arm. I want you to still create as much separation as possible, but don't be ripping down on those throws yet, just because today's, you're going to have, you'll have nine throws at each progression with the step back, turn and burn, and wind up walks. So, that's pretty high intent. Then you will have pull downs at the end. So just don't burn it out before you actually get into your actual throwing workout there. So again, you remember all the progressions that we did. Step back, where you're set, you step back, swing, go into your leg kick, and then throw. Your turn and burns, where you're turned around, you kind of drop step, and then you turn those hips quick and then go. Then wind up walks, you just kind of take that angle and walk into it, and then I want you kicking your leg up and through quick. Don't be getting kind of distracted there in the middle and just moving slow. Like I want all of these to be quick movements, really pushing those hips through. 70, 80, 90 there. Basically, what I want you to do with that, I want, like, just build into the third throw of each ball, I guess is what I mean. When you're going to a lower weight, you can still go hard, but I don't want you throwing every ball like 90%. Like there should be a mix in there. So just be careful with that. Anything around 80% is always good there. And then you're going to get into your pull downs. And it's just 5. If you want to get a gun on you, great. If you don't have, it doesn't really matter. This is just for intent purposes. Just the pull downs like we did in the facility. Run, gun, throw it as hard as you can. Try not to spike it, try not to throw it up too high, and try to just be about chest to head height thrown on a line. Okay. Once you get done there, you're going to do 90-degree ER IR with 2 to 3 pounds in your hand. So you're going to be up, at the same position that you would be with bands, and you just have that weight in your hand. You're going here, okay? 3 by 10. The Scap Holds, so the Scap push-ups that I had you do on the ground, basically those holds are just the pinch in the back. You're just going to hold that for 30 seconds. And then with your Decelerator Flys, you're basically going to be, instead of doing the holds where you go back and you just hold here, you're going to be thumbs back for 8, thumbs up for 8. You got that. You got 3 rounds of all that stuff, okay? And then with your lift that day, you're going back squat. I know you know that. So the reps for the scheme for the entire week is written there. You're 4x4 on everything, unless I've noted it differently. At 70% of what you think your max is there. So with back squat, 70% of what you think. Build into it, and have multiple working sets at that weight. Don't immediately throw 70% on and just start rolling. I don't think you would. But the 2 dumbbell side walking lunges, basically the way that this program works is it starts out, we go 70%, we go to 65% next week, but it's higher reps. And then it goes 70, 60, 80, 75, 90, 85. So it's like it kind of staggers. So everything's relatively heavy. Just be careful. And but still go hard for sure. So the 2 dumbbell side walking lunges, like I want you to do 4 there, 4 back, and then with the side step ups, you're just same thing, dumbbells at the side, foot up on a bench, and you just kick your leg up, kind of like how you would lift your leg. Inverted bar row, you're going to put a 45-pound plate on your chest, and you're going to get underneath like a barbell or the Smith machine and get that bar like, probably, I don't know, a couple feet off the ground. And so you get underneath it, and you basically are laying down, pulling yourself up. Not anything here, everything here with that weight on your chest going there. Machine row, kind of up to you. You can do it with a cable. You can do it on the machines with the handles. Something there, whatever you want. Do both arms at once. Then single arm dumbbell row, just hand on a bench, pulling dumbbell there. All right, and then Tuesday, you're going to work out to 150 feet of just that simulated distance. Nice and easy. I mean, 70% max this day, dude. And then once you go through your whole pre-thing, you do bands again. And then you got treadmill intervals that day. Walk, jog, sprint. I don't really have, just mix it up, get a good sweat. Med ball overhead slams, whatever weight you're thinking, just those slams overhead, really being explosive there. V-ups, I want you doing, V-ups, basically you're laying down and you bring hands and feet together at the top. Side crunches, pretty explanatory. Superman hold, you're laying on your stomach, feet and arms up in the air. You're going to hold that for a minute. Wednesday, same thing with reverse throws, but you're getting the 1 pound and the 7 ounce. And then you get into your flat towel work. Don't go on a mound this day, just nice and easy, still working on the same stuff that we talked about in your delivery. Straight line, distracted arm, pushing hips through. Send me video if you want to. And then you basically have the same progression of throws, but everything, dude, is, I wrote 70%, but it's more like 60 to 70%. Just be smart. Don't burn it out too much. And just get some good work in as far as pushing those hips through and being quick through the motions and not so much just yanking down on everything. 90-degree ER alternating for your arm care. So you're gonna have a baseball in each hand and you'll be up here and you're just gonna alternate. Okay. So you got 30 total. So 1, 2, you got that. Band scap holds. So the same band scap band scap, holds. And then so the pulls that we do in the warm up, you're basically just going to hold back for 15 seconds. And that's one. And then we're back to the holds with the decelerator. Body weight on these. I didn't note that, but you can pretty much either do a baseball or body weight on those, and it's going to burn you out. So just kind of however you're feeling. But just back. Remember, don't get scaps or don't get your traps too involved, and just put all that tension in the back of your shoulder. Elbows about as high, or hands about as high as elbows. Elbows just a little bit below your shoulder. All right. Let's see. RDLs that day, so we did RDLs at the gym yesterday. Back extension is where you're laying. It's basically the thing, you lock your legs into the, it's over, if you're at Vasa, it's over by like the core section over there. You lay down and you basically, kind of bridge down, or go down and bridge yourself up with, I want you to either do like a 35 or a 45 pound plate there. Those are pretty brutal. You can probably, instead of going 4x4, go like 4x8 on that. And then with your single leg, one dumbbell RDL, I don't really have a suggestion on weight there. Be smart. Remember to get that, just a slight bend in your knee, to keep that hamstring safe. Neutral grip dumbbell bench, we talked about that. If you want to do floor press, neutral grip dumbbell press. I got you going overhead. I don't know if you like to lift overhead. Just definitely be smart with it. You don't have to go ridiculously heavy on that stuff. Just staying as close to neutral as possible, not letting yourself get anything weird here. Just you can sit and do them, you can stand and do them, whatever you want. Okay. All right. And then med ball push. So alternating med ball push-ups. So you basically start with your hand on one, on one of the 6 to 10 pound med balls or whatever, and then you just switch onto the ball and do a push-up. So just 8 total reps there. On Thursday, 91 20-foot catch again, then light flat with a pitch mix. So just 70%, man. With your light flat, I want you to stay maybe like 15 pitches. Like, you don't need to throw any more than that. Do your bands at the end. Do a bike flush at the gym. Box jumps. So you got a box jumps, drop step med ball push. So that drop step med ball push was basically the same thing. Kind of is like the turn and burn thing. We did them at the gym last night, actually. I just want you to do those again. I think they'll be good to kind of work on getting your hip through. So you're just going to alternate between box jumps and med ball push. Do the med ball on each side. You're going to plank 3 times for a minute, weighted side extension, getting weight in your hand. You can kind of keep your hand up, or you keep your other arm up if you want to. 30 to 45, 50 pounds there, whatever you're thinking. And then feet lock sit-ups. So just, put some weight on your feet, and I want you to just really good activation, distraction between sit-ups, and do that there. Friday, reverse throws again, mound or flat towel work, whatever you're thinking. Step backs, I think you got that. 12 to 15 throws with the baseball at interpreted max distance is what I have written there. So, you're basically at where you feel like you'd be throwing the ball the farthest if you were long tossing, and you're just doing, 12 to 15, no more than that, at 90%. So those are pretty high intensity throws, throwing up, with trajectory, whether it's into a net or you're throwing with somebody, whatever, and then shut it down from there. ABCs, so you're basically going to have that 1 pound ball in your hand. You're going to be out in front of you, keeping your arms straight, and you're literally just going to draw the ABCs in the air. I know that sounds stupid, but by that second or third set, you're going to be feeling it for sure. Then band scap walk. So remember, it's that same band pull that we do in our warm-up, but you're just walking in and out. So in and out is one. And then with your decelerator holds, body weight or a baseball or two in each hand, whatever. Then you're just gonna go 15 seconds here, 15 seconds thumbs back, 15 seconds thumbs up, slightly forward. No rest in between. So just do 15, then 15, and then you can, if you're doing it as a circuit or whatever, you can do it like that. Okay, and then with your lift that day, I got you doing deadlift, barbell glute bridge, which is basically, you're laying on the ground, feet kind of tucked up underneath you. You're basically hip thrusting up. And then I want you to do that same thing, but with a dumbbell, just single leg, resting on one side, bridging up both legs, 4 on each leg there. Supine pull-ups are kind of like those TRX row, yellow and black handle things that hang at Vasa off the pole. So it's kind of like the inverted bar row, but just you're kind of up a little bit more. Rope tricep extension. Be smart there. Just try to stay neutral. Like I like to do them with the metal handle, just because it kind of keeps you in the same spot. But just a little bit of isolation there on the triceps, and then forearm and upward forearm curls. So dumbbells, you can kind of, if you're standing, you can basically be here, just kind of rolling in with the dumbbells, and then you can sit down with a smaller weight one and just kind of roll those wrists upward. Okay, and then Saturday, 90, 120 foot catch, light pen, 15 pitches again with just pitch mix, working on mechanics, throwing strikes there. Then you can choose your conditioning on Saturday, whether you want to run, bike, row, elliptical, whatever. Be smart this day. Don't, your body's going to be taxed pretty good. And then 300 abs. So I'm sure in college, I'm sure you guys had to do core and stuff. So, sit-ups, crunches, heel touches, bicycles, jackknives, whatever you want to do as far as core right there. Just do 300 reps of core, shut it down. And then Sunday, active recovery. Do mobility, roll out, and do treatment. Okay. I think I've explained everything pretty well there. If you got any questions, man, just, text me or send me video if you think you're doing something right or wrong, whatever. Just communicate with me and make sure we're on the same page. All right, man. Later.